Okay guys, so here's the part 2 for our G-body build. So the next thing we're going to talk about is why we use the LS3 heads for the LQ9 instead of the 317. Or the same kind of cathedral port style like the LS2 does. Well, since we're going to be using the LSA blower, they have the same rectangle ports as the LS3. And now, we could have done well, we used an adapter using this 317 heads. But here's the other problem. They would need a spacer adapter to go to our cathedral port head, right? Going to connect also to adapt to our rectangle port head on the supercharger, on the LSA. So in that kind of situation, it was going to create more space and actually make the supercharger sit higher. So in some kind of cases, depending on if you have any hood modifications and such, it's going to bring less space up and probably hit the chances on some vehicles, unlike trucks. Some vehicles on cars, you would actually not fit because you won't have any clearance for closing your hood. Now, that's one thing. Next thing is, on the engine systems, you'll have your engine block. You can see on our build, on our pictures of our post of our build, is that you can also adapt the LS3 water pump and accessories onto the LQ9 and be able to just bolt on the LS3 blower with the stock pulley as well. With the factory, if not, you can go switch over, use all the LSA accessories, which is similar for the LQ9 and the CTSV and the ZL1 5th gen, is to be able to bolt on that accessory drive, same as the water pump. Now that's the other reason, one possibility you can do, but you said you can use adapter kit, but like I said, the 317 heads won't flow as good as the LS3 heads for boost applications. If we're going naturally aspirated, I would say yeah, stick with the 317 heads. So that'd be the first part. And then the second part, the third part is on the LS3 heads, we're going to be using the camshaft that will not only be able to handle more boosts, but we're actually going to be making up a camshaft. I talked to the cam company at BTR to make a custom grind to actually be able to handle and bring in more boost with the camshaft to put in at a longer duration on a camshaft, a better lift, and a better lobe separation angle. And we'll get to that as well too for our supercharger. So this is going to be that's part 2, guys. Why we're using the LS2 317 heads, and we're switching over from that to LS3. So overall, has a rectangle port like a supercharger. We won't have to use an adapter kit, and we would just have to get an accessory drive and a LS3 water pump to bolt onto our LQ9 block. So stick around for part 3. This is part 2, guys, of why we used the LS3 heads instead of the 317.